Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this channel, Quant Guru, with another powerful session. Today, we are going to talk about interview questions, common interview questions which you get during personal interview or HR round. दो देवियों एवं सज्जनों भाइयों एवं बहनों आई वॉज गेटिंग ये एक रिक्वेस्ट बार बार आ रही थी कि सर इंटरव्यू में कैसे जवाब दें, कुछ क्वेश्चंस होते हैं. Introduce yourself, tell me something about yourself, tell me about yourself, strength, weakness, where do you want to see yourself 5 years down the lane, and many more questions, right? Related questions. तो इस तरह के क्वेश्चंस को कैसे हैंडल करें, इसकी एक रिक्वेस्ट लगातार आ रही थी चैनल पे. बच्चे पूछ रहे थे कि सर व्हाई डोंट यू मेक अ वीडियो ऑन दिस, एंड हियर आई एम. तो दोस्तों एक बार फिर से आपको बता दूं, जो भी वीडियोस बनते हैं इट इज आउट ऑफ योर डिमांड. आप जो पूछते हो हम वही करते हैं. जो हमारे मन में आता है तो वो तो हम करते ही हैं, साथ में आप जो पूछते हैं, आप जो हुक्म करते हैं, हम वो ट्राई करते हैं कि वैसी वीडियोस बनाएं एंड आप तक पहुंच पाए. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, without much waste of time, let's see how to handle these questions, these beautiful questions, without much if and but. Answer, I'm sure everybody is giving how to give the optimal answer, and there is no perfect answer to those questions. Why? Because these questions are very subjective. How do you handle? What are the emotional intelligence of yours? What interviewer is expecting? I'm trying to tell most of that so that 90-95% chances होंगे कि interviewer is looking for these kind of answers and you are giving the same answer. तो दोस्तों आपके स्क्रीन पे क्वेश्चन आ रहा होगा. यू विल बी एबल टू सी एक्सपर्ट टिप फॉर आंसरिंग कॉमन इंटरव्यू क्वेश्चंस with Dhananjay Kumar. Let's start and see the questions normally which are asked during the personal interview round. Coming to question number 1, tell me about yourself. Tell me something about yourself is one of the question which most of the time we all get and we should know how to answer this. दोस्तों पूछा गया है टेल मी अबाउट योर सेल्फ. जब बात करें योर सेल्फ की तो यू आर बीइंग आस्क्ड टू आंसर अबाउट योर सेल्फ. मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम यू स्टार्ट विथ माय नेम, राइट? माय नेम इज, एंड देन यू स्टार्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट योर सेल्फ. Sometimes I have found some of the blunders which people do is they start with myself or I am. Not at all correct. To some extent, we can take this I am so and so, I am Dhananjay Kumar, but still, the preferred way of answering this would be my name is, जो कि हमारे स्कूल में भी पढ़ाया गया था, which you were taught in your school. My name is Dhananjay Kumar, give a comma, and then start from yourself. Talk about your strength, what you are applying for. Most of the time, it is always also seen that student या candidate क्या करते हैं, they start answering this question about their personal details and all. They start giving personal details are okay for the interviewer but not of much concern to them. दोस्तों करना क्या होगा, आपको बहुत बढ़िया से तैयारी करनी होगी. यू विल हैव टू मेक श्योर you revise multiple times this question, tell me about yourself, and you give the response, you give the answer which is best suited for that interview. Suppose it is a sales profile. If the company is hiring a sales manager, then you'll have to talk about yourself related to that open position which you have applied for. So my name is Dhananjay Kumar. I have done my MBA from so and so university with so and so percentage in the year so and so. Then you start. I love. I love what? What are your hobbies? Hobbies should be or must be related to the job profile, or it should give a positive edge to that job opening. सेल्स की बात करें, वन एग्जाम्पल इज सेल्स, सेल्स की बात कर लें तो हमारा हॉबी जो होना चाहिए इंटरैक्टिंग विद पीपल। आपको ऑप्टिमिस्टिक होना होगा, आपको आउटरोवर्ट होना होगा, इंट्रोवर्ट आप नहीं हो सकते, एक्सट्रोवर्ट होना पड़ेगा, राइट? तो दैट काइंड ऑफ आंसर्स, दोज keywords if you are using, then interviewer will feel yes, you are the right candidate. Apart from that, you can always talk about some hobbies. What is your educational qualification? Definitely yes. If you have achieved something, cultural, sports, academic, definitely yes. You must tell all those. But dear friends, you should invest quality 60 to 90 seconds minimum, up to 120 seconds of time to introduce yourself. But make sure within 1.5 to 2 minutes, whatever time you are spending about yourself, you should be able to speak most of the things. You should be able to convey most of the points which you feel will go in favor of you, right? So hope you have understood what they are looking for. Why? Because a fresh copy of a resume, then normally the printout of resume you would have given. So the resume is already there with the interviewer. They're not at all interested in knowing your name, your qualification, your hobbies, what is the name of your father, what is the name of your mother, which place are you from. All those things are required, but finish it off within 15 to 20 seconds. Remaining a minute of time, 60 to 90 seconds of time, you must invest to make sure your interviewer is convinced. Hope we are very much clear. How do you introduce yourself? Second, next question, which most of the interviewer ask, or I will say 99% of the student who goes for interview would have faced this question is, what are your strengths and weaknesses? Dear friends, a very different way of handling this question would be, sometimes I have heard people are telling only talk about your strength, do not talk about your weakness. But I will tell whoever is telling do not talk about your weakness is also wrong. That is not right. You must know your strength and you must know your weakness. There is nobody on earth who will not have any weakness. Yes, it is only that you accept it, you know about yourself or not. So, for knowing yourself, you must do a complete SWOT analysis of yourself. I'm sure you know what is SWOT: strength, weakness, opportunity, and this is threat. If you have done your own SWOT analysis, you must be knowing what is your strength or what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses. Try to identify 2 to 4 strengths of yours and couple of weaknesses. Try to give only 2 weaknesses. If you can give one, it is good, but do not try to tell the strength which is not your strength, because sometimes I have seen when I was taking interview of the student, somebody has told communication is my strength, English is my strength, and the person was introvert. He was not able to speak. A girl was telling ki handwriting is my strength, right? Communication is my strength. Your handwriting is not good. You do not know, your sentence framing was not good. To tell something which you are really good at. If you're talking about singing, you should be very good in singing. If you're talking about being optimistic, you will have to have a player spirit, sportsman spirit. You should accept jokes very positively. Then you can tell you have the positivity, right? So that kind of strength, any strength which is related to team management, something like If you can manage, you have managerial skills, you have leadership skill, that you should talk about. You have a combination of smart worker and smart plus hard worker, right? So that kind of strength should be highlighted during answering, while answering this questions like what are your strengths and weaknesses, right? In crisis you do better, right? Crisis management, you know how to work individually, right? So that is one individual contributor. Along with that, you cannot be only individual contributor. One must be a very good team player as well. So you know how to lead the team, you know how to behave with leaders, boss, right? Your communication is good, you are honest, you are faithful, you are on time, your time management skills are very good. So these kind of examples, these keywords and all will definitely help you to answer what are your strengths. Coming to weakness, if somebody is telling you weakness, you do not identify a weakness which is not good. You're sitting for a technical interview and you're talking about I am bad in Java, cannot be your weakness. Then the interviewer will ask, what did you do? When did you identify your Java is bad? And you say a week back, what did you do for a week? Right. So your weakness should not go against you. Make sure you have some weakness which you say you are working on. Something like you waste your time. Sometimes you waste your time helping others. That is your nature, which is positive, right? It gives you a positive remark when you speak or when you tell, my weakness is I am very helpful. So sometimes what happens while helping somebody else, I miss my deadline. I'll have to overwork, right? You have made some assignment. You have already made the schedule for next 4 hours. 4 hours you are going to do these all work. In between, somebody came and asked you a work or to help, assist, and you are very bad in saying no, right? Because you wanted to help. So what has happened? You have started helping the person, and your deadline, you could not, you could not stick to the deadline, right? So these kind of weaknesses, though it is a weakness that you do not know how to say no, right? Art of saying no, you do not know. However, that will also give you a positive image that you assist people. You are kind-hearted. You are a human being, and you are true human being, right? So you'll have to definitely do too much of homework on this. Along, you must give some examples also. It cannot happen a person who has never helped someone talks about I'm very helpful person. No, you cannot tell. Your weakness can be your handwriting, which somebody can see while writing something. If you know your handwriting is bad, you can tell that, because for a technical job handwriting hardly matters. Why? Because you are going to work finally on the computers. You're not going to write, hardly you are going to write an examination there, right? So communication has to be verbal communication, body language, eye communication, and apart from that, typewriting. If you are good in typewriting, even if you are bad in writing with handwriting, it is acceptable. So these kind of weaknesses will help you to answer this kind of questions. Coming to the next question, are you a hard worker or a smart worker? Most of the people say I'm a hard worker. And after knowing hard worker is not something which is required in today's industry, people have started telling, no, 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 I'm not at all a hard worker, I'm a smart worker. According to me, the answer should be a combination of hard work and smart work, or it should be something around I am 70% smart worker and 70 is to 30. This goes for smart and this goes for hard. I most of the time I'm a smart worker, but when the work is assigned, I try hard to complete that within the deadline. Should be one of the greatest answer. Dear friends, any of these questions, when you are trying to answer these questions, you must see to that you have some live examples ready. which you can tell during my examination, I saw that I must revise all 10 chapters within 2 hours, which I did. 10 chapters revision in 2 hours. That is what is smart worker. But however, I identified there were two chapters which I did not do during my studies, normal classes, and these were one of the two of the most important chapters from which I identified nearly 40 marks questions are being going to be asked. So I started putting my hard work and finished that two chapter or 40 marks question chapters within another 2 hours. So what has happened here? 10 chapter you have done in 2 hours. Here two chapters took 2 hours, right? So this is the example of smart work. However, this was very important, and you had to apply or do real hard work to complete these chapters as well. So this choice of choosing these two chapters, which has good weightage of 40 question, 40 marks question, is a smart move. So that is a smart worker's job. But to become expert of that, you'll have to put hard work, right? So that is the combination of hard work and smart work. Similar kind of example should be ready so that you convey the right information or the right pitch to the interviewer, and ultimately see to that interviewer is convinced. Any answer which does not convince your interviewer is not the right answer, because in the interview, that is why the name is personal interview. Personally, you will have to satisfy, you will have to see to that, keep on a personal basis with your body language, with your smile, with your positivity, with your answer communication, or the combination of all those. You will have to ultimately convince the person who is taking the interview. With this, the time comes. Let's move to the next question and see to that what is the next question waiting for you. Why should I hire you, or why should we hire you? One of the most difficult question asked any interviewer during the interview. And most of the people interviewees, they come back and say, sir, I did my best, but I could not see the expression, or I was not satisfied with the expression or the body language of the interviewer after hearing the answer from me. Let's try. Our luck, what should we speak so that interviewer gets satisfied with your answer? Why should I hire you, or we hire you? So the question is very straightforward. What they are trying to see, are you the right candidate? Are you the right candidate? Is indirectly the question. It is something like, I need a driver, right? I need a driver to drive my car. So what will happen? He will tell ki, sir, my uncle is governor. Okay, is governor somewhere. My brother is corporator, right? He has got good hygiene. Has got good hygiene. He has also got he has got nice haircut. Okay, he looks like a foreigner. Okay, so all those things are added advantage. But what is core? He must be knowing driving, isn't it? He must know how to drive. This is my must. If somebody is 90% good in that, then 10 marks I can give to all those together, isn't it? So the weightage will be something like this: 90% weightage will be given to driving, or sometimes it will be 100% weightage is given to driving. If driving is not good and he is good at everything else, will not take him. So you will have to see to that your candidature should be the right candidature for the job opening. You cannot tell ki somebody has come to hire engineering job is there, and you tell, sir, I have done MBBS, I have done MBA, no, I've done BCom, then MBA, and then I'm pursuing PhD, so you should hire me. Definitely is not going to happen. You might be overqualified for yourself. You might think I'm overqualified for the job, but the company will think you are underqualified for the job. So you'll have to see to that when this question is asked, you justify yourself to be the right candidate for the job opening. Try to relate. Somebody is hiring engineer. So you will have to showcase you have got the engineering skill sets in yourself. If they hire you, you will be able to add value. Most of the time, what we say, the company is good. I'll be able to. I'll learn a lot from the company. Company will give me this. Company will give me that. It should be a win-win situation for both of us, right? What they look for a win-win situation between the company and the candidate must learn. They should be treated with parallelly. A company is looking forward to maximize its profit, right, through you. So you should be able to deliver. So just see to that while answering this question, you must see to that you answer so well that people or the interviewers are satisfied and they should fit why to leave this candidate, why should I go somewhere else when the right candidate is in front of me. This must come to the interviewer. With this, what we do, this is all about part one of interview questions and their probable answers, or the best way to answer or tackle those questions. We will have two more parts wherein we will discuss about few more questions which are normally asked by the interviewer most of the time during the interview process. Hope this has given some confidence to you. The best way of getting confidence is try finding out the question, jot it down the answer yourself, revise it multiple times, then close the paper, close the book, go in front of the mirror and start revising till you are happy with your own pitch. You must not try to convince somebody else. It is very much essential and necessary to convince yourself with the answer before convincing anybody else, right? With this, I take a break, and with the promise of coming back again with further more questions, I seek your permission to see you again. Tata, take care. Bye.